Yeah, so after the news broke of Dr. Lutz's firing, at least 3 complaints were made to the Washington Board of Health against Amelia Clark. Spokane Regional Health District ethicist Maria Howard wrote 2 of those complaints, both of which were signed or on behalf of multiple people. Former Spokane City Council President Ben Stuckert wrote the other complaint. Earlier today, I spoke with each of them about what they want to come from the complaints and what their thoughts were on the events of the past week at the health district. When news broke of Dr. Lutz's firing last week, concerns quickly arose about the legality of the process. Even Spokane City Council President Brian Baggs, who was on the board, released a statement expressing concern that Health Administrator Amelia Clark may have violated the Washington Open Public Meetings Act. This was due to reports that the decision to fire Lutz had been made behind closed doors, and now 3 complaints have been made to the Washington State Board of Health against Clark for this very reason.
Well, I guess in my mind, if you violate a state law, you should be held accountable. If we allow things like state law to be violated and people aren't held accountable, then they continue to break the law.
Former City Council President Ben Stuckert says he was astounded when news broke of Lutz's firing, but he's not the only one to make a complaint with the State Board of Health. Maria Howard, who works as an ethicist with the Spokane Regional Health District, also filed 2 complaints. One of those complaints was signed by 3 others, while the other one was on behalf of 163 academics.
This is not merely just me and 3 others, but this is several hundred people who have recognized that there's been a violation, or we think that there's been a violation of this particular law. My reaction, honestly, wasn't all that surprised.
Both of them have experience working with the local Board of Health, Stuckert when he was City Council President, and Howard through her work as an ethicist.
We used to have, the anti-fluoride folks or the anti-vaccine folks come to every meeting, and you'd have a few of them, but I haven't seen this much turmoil in the health district since.
The next step for the State Board of Health is to decide whether or not to further investigate the complaints against Clark. But even if the board decides to investigate the matter further, it's currently unclear what would be done. But both Stuckert and Howard have their hopes for what will happen going forward.
So my ultimate hope is that Dr. Lutz gets his job back in full. He's led our community through a pandemic with grace.
So I hope there's some sort of change. But I hope there's also an admonishment for breaking the law.
One change both suggested is to add more health experts on the SRHD board instead of public officials. Howard also said she wants Clark to be fully investigated. Another thing to note is that Dr. Lutz is on the State Board of Health, but for now it is unclear if he would recuse himself from any action on the complaints. SRHD spokesperson Kelly Hawkins said neither the health district or Clark could comment on the firing of Dr. Lutz at the advice of their legal counsel. In the newsroom, Ian Samay, KREM 2 News.